In English, there are loads of countries commonly given an article in the form of the word the. For example, the Congo, the Gambia, the Yemen, the Lebanon, the Sudan, the Netherlands, the Philippines, the Bahamas, and the Ukraine. But, as I found out, when I posted Eastern European Flags Explained, referring to the Ukraine as the Ukraine instead of Ukraine is actually considered offensive by some Ukrainians. So, to educate myself and others in the topic, let's discuss this. Since the declaration of independence of the Ukraine, the English-speaking world, or at least the American English-speaking world, has changed its usage from the Ukraine to Ukraine. From November 1991, several American journalists began to refer to the Ukraine as just Ukraine. In the United Kingdom, this is not necessarily the case, and it's still common to see news articles about the Ukraine. The use of the definite article is standard in some other languages such as French or German, but this isn't a striking feature, as the article in French is required for all countries except for some reason Singapore and Israel, and in German for all non-neuter noun countries such as Switzerland. Since the Ukrainian language doesn't include definite articles, the question of whether the official name for the Ukraine includes the definite article the is not even a meaningful question in Ukrainian. Ukraine and the Ukraine are both correct possible translations of the Ukrainian word Ukraine. But according to the Ukrainian government, the use of this article in English relates to the time before independence in 1991, when the Ukraine was a republic of the Soviet Union known as the Ukrainian Soviet Socialist Republic. It has been pointed out that in English, the article is sometimes added to a short form of a country's name. For instance, the Republic of Congo becomes the Congo. So to some people, the Ukrainian Soviet Socialist Republic becomes the Ukraine. So you can understand how this might come off as offensive. Although it must be pointed out that this reasoning is not the norm in English, and the Soviet connotation doesn't exist in the English-speaking mind. Also in English, the word the is commonly added to a country's name if it's named after a feature, for example the Lebanon, contains an adjective, for instance the United Kingdom, or as a plural, such as the Netherlands. Because of this, most etymologists maintain that those who called it the Ukraine in English must have known that the word originally meant borderland, so they referred to it as the borderland, or the Ukraine. But the question is, should we still use the when referring to Ukraine? Well, we need to be sensitive. As Anatoly Lieberman points out, after the collapse of the Soviet Union, Ukrainians probably decided that the article the denigrated their country by identifying it as part of Russia, and with the current crisis that's going on, that would make it come off as quite offensive. But of course Ukrainians need to understand that the English-speaking world mean no offence and will continue to call the country the Ukraine until the older generations are long gone, as it's just a feature of our language. At this point, I would just like to thank all of the Ukrainian guys who were kind enough and patient enough to take time to explain this to me. If you have anything to add, please leave a comment, and as always, thanks for watching. As always, thanks for watching. If you're new here, please subscribe and feel free to like, comment and look through the other videos, as I'm sure we have a topic that suits you.